I'll start with a review for this book, Influence, or course. I'll refer this as a book, but the great courses. With this book, 3 out of 5. There are some interesting ideas. I really like the professor. He's a good lecturer. It has some good points, quite concise, into the point. Not much new information there, kind of using similar, same ideas in communication, but this is not necessarily a problem, but personally haven't found that much new information in there, but it's a good package of the ideas there. Let's see the notes. 3 people create a tiger. So when it's 1, people say there's a tiger. People would not necessarily believe. When it's 2, still, but 3, it's already established. Similarities are one of the greatest influencers. If we share a similarity, this is one of the best ways we can influence other people. When we feel uncomfortable, it's often showing, and it's better to try to address the situation rather than living with it. So sometimes we feel uncomfortable, there is something that bothers us. The best way of going about is solving the problem rather than being uncomfortable, because people sense that we feel uncomfortable and they don't know why. They might think it's because of them or some other thing. They might think some not bad things, but less of you. Suggestibility is how likely you are to take a suggestion. So that's a suggestibility scale. You're more or less open for suggestions. Hard tactics are more demanding and authoritative than soft tactics. So it's the difference between hard and soft tactics. One is more demanding while the other is less. Rational persuasion uses ideas and reasoning to justify a course of action. That's when we use rational persuasion. We use logic. It's often better to start with soft tactics and only resort to hard tactics when the former fail. It's always better to start with soft. If soft doesn't work, soft tactics do not work, only then resort to hard tactics. Handshakes are highly important for interviewing. Apparently, when the handshake are one of the highest things people worry you about, apparently. Remembering a detail about the person makes them more likely to buy or be fond of you. So if you remember something, that's what sales people often do. They remember something about it and kind of mention that, which makes us, the buyers, more likely to buy. So generally speaking, if you do remember something about someone, a detail, they're more likely to be fond of you. Getting free stuff is making us more likely to reciprocate. That's what they used it in sales. They give you free stuff in hope you reciprocate back by buying something. Generally speaking, it's a side note here that the book or the courses has a lot to do, very similar to the book. There's a book called Influence. It's a book by, I forget his name, but it's a book. He actually mentioned the book in his lectures a few times, so that's why, one of the reasons why I haven't learned that much. That's what I say, there's not much new information in there, kind of like same. Back to the notes. Transactional leadership is a reward and punishment. That's different. That's transactional. It's kind of either giving or taking, while the next note, transformational leadership is inspiring. It instead of using reward and punishment, it uses inspiration to incentivize and lead people. That's it for the notes. Again, some interesting part. It's short, some interesting ideas there, but not quite enough. That's why it's 3 out of 5. Thank you.